got no brass today? Come on, you got brass ones, give me brass, that's it! That's what I'm talking about.
And now we're down to the first point, the most important point which we have to discuss for you to have a chance to produce this beautiful dance. Stance. Ladies and gentlemen, stance is priority. Stance is made of posture and of poise. Only when you have a full understanding of stance and a full understanding of the difference between posture and poise, you will then be able to produce a harmonized structure between the two of you, which will then allow you to dance the way you want to dance. So first of all, let's talk about posture. Posture sometimes can be misunderstood. Posture sometimes can be taken as if we have to stretch our body and hold a certain position. This, if I do something like this, Loraine will not feel my weight. Loraine will not be able to follow my shapes. She will not be able to follow. If Loraine does this to me, I will not be able to lead. I will not be able to shape Loraine the way I wanted to shape. So it is very important to understand the correct posture. Now, muscles, ladies and gentlemen, must shorten. Now, I know this can be very confusing because when you see us dance, you see very long stretched lines. You see big shapes all the time. But still, what you see is the result. It is not an action. So you see the reaction to something which we are producing. Now, what is it that we are producing? We are producing a shortening of muscles, a contraction of the correct muscles, so that visually and while we dance, the correct muscles will stretch and result into a big shape or into perfect posture. So, what do we want to stretch when we dance? We want to stretch our front. We want a big, long front. We want our head in the correct position. We want our arms in a big frame. We want the lady to be fully stretched and over the left of our bodies. So, now let's think, which muscles can we shorten to produce that? Well, very simple. If we want to stretch the front, we are going to shorten the back muscles. Now, don't be afraid. I am not talking about shortening your spine. I am not talking about dropping your weight back. I am not talking about being heavy. I am talking about shortening the back muscles, which will automatically stretch the front muscles. So, on the upper back, if we use Loraine's body so that you can get a better understanding, on the upper back, these muscles and these muscles, and also the central muscles which run across the spine, they must shorten so that the spine will actually move forward. So when Loraine takes a position, she is shortening these muscles, she's shortening these muscles so that the front can extend. If now Loraine wants to take a position further to the left, like she should, then this area must shorten even further. Is shortening even further, so that Loraine is actually now shaping in that position. Now, as you can see, Loraine, thank you darling, Loraine is not shortening her spine, she's shaping her spine. She's shaping it by shortening certain muscles which will affect the whole body. So if Loraine does this facing you, so that you can have an idea of what will happen to the front, by shortening her back muscles, this will produce an extension. So what you will see, and this is where you will get confused, is you will see a long stretch. You will see a lengthening of the front of the body. Therefore, you will try and copy that, as we all did. Now, if Loraine just copies what is supposed to be correct, and therefore only stretches the front of the body, Now, as you can see, yes, there's a big shape, but all muscles are locked. They are locked, they are fixed. Now it is impossible to produce harmony between two bodies and to have the freedom, which in Foxtrot is so important. So, understand the shortening of the muscles. Feel the shortening of your muscle to lengthen your spine, to lengthen your front, to position your head. Now, when you lift your arms in position, do exactly the same thing. Make sure that you feel the muscle shortening of the upper shoulder. You're feeling them shortening. And now squeeze front and back muscles. We talked about this in much deeper details, yes, in the other tapes which Loraine and I have made, especially in the tango and in the waltz tape. So if you want more information about this, then have a look at your tango tape or your waltz tape, and you will have plenty of information and feel so that you can actually produce this action correctly. Now, this is posture, ladies and gentlemen. Without good posture, you will not be able to produce harmonized and enjoyable dancing. Now, what is poise? We said there's a difference between posture and poise. Well, poise, ladies and gentlemen, is the change of weight, is where the weight is in relationship to the floor. So when I take position with Loraine, if I want to dance a feather step, for example, I must make sure that I have my correct poise, and Loraine has her correct poise. So I am not just going to find good posture and just stay in this position and wait for Loraine to come in. Now I have no chance. We are blocked, we are stiff, there is no chance we can fit with each other and dance in harmony. So yes, I achieve good posture, and then I must make sure that I have a slight poise to the left. So I'm dancing into my space to the left. Loraine does the same. She now shortens her back and produces a shape. So as you can see, now we have big space. I am in my space, Loraine is in her space, but we're still capable of producing emotion and feeling, and the body is flexible, is free. So, ladies and gentlemen, understanding of posture and poise to produce perfect stance is vital. So spend time to understand it, feel it in your body. Don't just understand it here. I'm sure you do understand it here, but try to feel it in your body, put it in your body through a feel. Find a feel for your correct posture and find a feel for your correct poise.